Hey guys, what's going on? SpitBrix here, back from their LEGO Ninjago video. And this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 examples of unoriginal LEGO Ninjago sets. Now, granted, LEGO Ninjago has been around since 2011, and so in that time span, it's very hard for LEGO to create brand new original ideas for their sets. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over some that should have been changed a little bit, but in other cases, not every single one of these unoriginal set ideas are necessarily bad, and in some cases, they're actually better than the original set, maybe with more details, and just seem to be more of an upgraded set, which is always good to see. In this video, there'll be examples of both, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number 5. The first unoriginal LEGO Ninjago set on this list is from the Possession season of LEGO Ninjago, set number 70737, the Titan Mech Battle. Now this is an absolutely phenomenal set if you like to build LEGO mechs. However, if we focus on the mech over to the right, which is the Ghost's mech named Bansha, that's the minifigure that's in it, you can actually notice that that mech looks a bit similar to a mech that we've gotten before. More specifically being Samurai X and Nia's mech that we got all the way back in the Serpentine waves of LEGO Ninjago. By putting them side by side, you can see a lot of similarities in structure with these mechs. Although they have different color schemes, their legs are built very similar, as well as their feet, and then whenever you move up, the very lid of the cockpit is basically built the exact same, and the shoulder pad armor, using that sort of piece that we usually get on front of like a Lego train, let's just say, on the very top there for the pads. Despite their similarities, it is important to point out that the Titan Mech Battle set came out a whole 3 years after the Samurai X mech came out. So although they are very similar builds and may be considered to be an unoriginal idea, it really is okay because it'll be 3 years in between these two sets, and hey, who doesn't like a cool looking mech, let alone 2 of them in the same set? Number 4. Alright, the next set we're going to be looking at is one of the newest LEGO Ninjago sets from the Sons of Garmadon. This is the SOG headquarters, the Sons of Garmadon headquarters. Personally, I didn't even buy this set, I'm being completely honest with you guys, because it just seemed too much like some of the sets that I bought in the past. This set in front of you is what I like to call an open base playset, which is basically sort of like an arena with a lot of different play features rather than exquisite details. Now, this set really resembles, in my opinion, the Airjitzu Battleground set from the Day the Departed wave of LEGO Ninjago. But of course, instead of getting Spinjitzu spinners like we do in the Sons of Garmadon headquarters set, we got 2 Airjitzu flyers. It's both in this sort of battleground sort of idea for a build, and so I really think there was a lot of inspiration that was driven from this set, but this is not all. If you go back all the way to the first wave of LEGO Ninjago, we have the Ninjago Battle Arena. And so I think that everything kind of has stemmed from this set. This set is definitely a bit different than the previous 2 that we had just looked at, but there is definitely some influence from this set as well. It's basically an open base playset. Once again, the whole point is you're supposed to play with the spinners you get in it and have them battle in the arena. So this ties back into both the Airjitzu Battlegrounds, which is basically the same thing but with Airjitzu instead of Spinjitzu, and once again here we have the implementation of the Spinjitzu spinners back into it as well. You guys can see definitely the similarities between all these sets, and in my opinion it's just gotten a bit repetitive. Number 3. Now the next topic I want to discuss is between Airjitzu flyers and Spinjitzu spinners, or Spinjitzu Master sets. Of course, the Spinjitzu Master sets being the newest of the bunch, but it's all kind of stemmed back from the Airjitzu flyers. It's the same sort of concept, but with just a few different changes to the plastic mold so that it would be better for spinning instead of flying. The holders are pretty much the same, and really there's nothing that's really different about it. Even the capsules that hold the minifigures are the same. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the similarities between the original Spinjitzu spinner sets, because I think that the similarities between these was needed. They were just simply adding in the spinner crowns and the new minifigures for the Serpentine series. I don't see this as an unoriginal idea, I just see it as expanding on an idea that was working for them. Just remember how popular these spinner sets were. They were absolutely crazy popular, at least in my area. Now, this is completely different whenever we talk about Airjitzu flyers, because in my opinion, they didn't do nearly as well as LEGO thought they would, or at least they didn't in my area. I always saw them, a whole bunch of them, always in stock. They were never sold out. Now, that may just be because the toys now these days aren't really with these sort of things. Remember, there used to be Beyblades and all this sort of different spinner stuff, but these Airjitzu flyers just kind of seem to be past their time. Now, don't get me wrong, the Airjitzu flyers were cool and all that sort of stuff, but I just didn't really think they were to the best of their ability. But here we have the Spinjitzu Masters, in which LEGO may be trying to go back and recoup what they've lost, or maybe the Airjitzu flyers did actually perform well enough for their taste. But in my opinion, it's really just going back on the same exact thing. I do prefer the Spinjitzu spinners more than the Airjitzu flyers. That's, again, just my opinion, but then again, they're really just the same sort of concept, just different plastic molds. Number 2. Next up, I'm going to be talking about probably one of LEGO's favorite topics to put in LEGO sets now these days, and that is motorcycles, or bikes. Now, granted, for Sons of Garmadon, it made a lot of sense to have a set like this that we have here, Street Race of Snake Jaguar, but these builds are just so common these days. Just in the past few years, LEGO has implemented a lot of builds like these, and it's kind of getting annoying in my opinion. This set's pretty good, but if you relate this back to a few other sets we've gotten in Ninjago, such as Desert Lightning from the Hands of Time wave of LEGO Ninjago, we have Jay's motorcycle here that looks very, very similar. It seems as if LEGO just loves to do these $20 to $30 sets, and with these motorcycles in them, or small vehicles, and granted, this is a great marketing strategy for them. I mean, all little kids like to play with cars, trucks, motorcycles, anything that moves, any sort of vehicle like that. So they sell very good, but as a LEGO fan who collects a lot of the sets, you know, there's a lot of reoccurring themes here. Moving all the way back to Skybound, we got a very similar set as well, set number 70600 with Kai and Nia. This was also a $20 set and came with these two really scrawny little motorbikes or motorcycles. And to be honest, this was one of my least favorite sets that I think LEGO has really ever made. If I were ever to put a video up of my least favorite LEGO Ninjago sets, this would probably make it, unfortunately. That's just my opinion though, your guys' may be different of course. The minifigure selection in this set wasn't that bad, but the whole point here is that LEGO has these motorcycle sets, and they come back in LEGO Ninjago every couple of seasons. And it's just kind of annoying to see. I mean, they are a bit different, but they all have this same concept, same sort of wheel design, and overall just are kind of repetitive. Number 1. And lastly on this list, the all-time biggest unoriginal idea of LEGO Ninjago is the idea of the Destiny's Bounty. Now, before you get all mad at me, I'm not saying that this is a bad unoriginal idea. We've gotten multiple different spin-offs of the Destiny's Bounty, and I personally love this. This is one of the exceptions to this list that I personally love to get Destiny's Bounties. I think that the amount of change that each of them have is enough for people to really see the differences and the different evolutions that the Destiny's Bounties really went through throughout the entire Ninjago season that we've had, throughout the entire Ninjago theme. I think it's really cool to see the different changes. Of course, the biggest one being from the Ninjago movie. This is a phenomenal set, probably one of the best Ninjago sets that LEGO has ever made. And I have to admit that this is amazing. I love LEGO creating these Destiny's Bounties. They create them like every 2 years or so. The first one coming out all the way back in 2012 with the rise of the Serpentine season, which was a great build. And ever since they put out this one, each model has just been getting more detailed and just an overall better build. And I just love seeing this change with LEGO, and I think it's a great addition to Ninjago. If you were to think of the most influential vehicle of the Ninjago theme, well, it would probably be the Destiny's Bounty. It's just so iconic now to Ninjago fans, and I personally love it for that. And those were the 5 examples of unoriginal LEGO Ninjago sets that I mentioned in this video. Do you guys know any others? Be sure to let me know down below in the comments. I'm really interested to see what you guys think of these sets. And like I said in the start of this video, some of these were really nice unoriginal sets, like the Destiny's Bounties, and some of them, well, LEGO maybe should have put a little bit more creativity into them, gave us something a bit more original instead of going back to what they usually always do. And that's just really it for this video though. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, be sure to give a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. I do a whole bunch of other content on my channel as well, and I'll see you guys, of course, in the next video coming very soon.